Hey guys, Foxy Fern here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about placing teleporters as Symmetra. And one of my favorite maps to play Symmetra on is Hanamura, so really you only want to play her on defense since you have such a long ways to run back as the defender. And it's most beneficial for point A, because point B, your spawn point is so close to the point that it's not really worth having a Symmetra on point B. So I recommend that if you ever lose the first point on pretty much any of these control point maps, that you should switch heroes as soon as you lose the point. Anyway, to start off with, one fun place to put Symmetra's teleporter is as you enter in the left here, you can come around the back, and it's fairly close to defending the point as your team. You just run around right here by this health pack, and this is a good spot. You can also face it this way if you would rather people to be able to just run out of the teleporter as soon as they go through it and not have to figure out which direction they're facing. But just make sure that you don't place it somewhere like this, where your teammates are going to fall off the edge. So that being said, there is another spot down here that you can put it by this little doorway. And also, I will occasionally put it on this side. Now, the only time I ever recommend you really putting it in these two places is when your team has a very, very strong presence and you're not concerned about the other team really coming back here on the point, because it is very easy to spot and kill. But if you're up there, it's a little bit more difficult because there's this wall here blocking it, and people aren't going to go around this side very often except for to get that health pack, and most heroes are not going to be able to access it from this platform when they see it. Another point is going through this defender room here, and this is a very common place for like bastions and Torbjorns to set up camp. And if you just put your teleporter right around the corner here, it's going to be more difficult for the enemies to spot, because they're not going to be running around back here very much. And if they're coming up here trying to take out a bastion or Torb that's stationed there, they're going to be running up these stairs, focusing on them here, and they're not really going to be running past to go around this corner, because unless they're looking for a teleporter, there's not a whole lot of a reason for them to go back there. This is another spot you could potentially put a teleporter, although there are often enemies running through here, so unless they're just spacing out and come through, don't really notice it. You can miss it. If you're focused on running to this doorway, an enemy might not see this teleporter right away. So that's also another option if you're having trouble placing your teleporter in good places. You can also try putting your teleporter in this room up here, around this corner perhaps, but that's a little more risky because there's more places for enemies to see you put it, and then they're also going to be running in here for the health pack occasionally. So as you come around this corner here from your control point, a good place to put it where enemies are not really going to be looking for your teleporter is right about here. Now, one of the downsides of putting it there is that it is a little bit farther for your teammates to have to run back. It's still better than the spawn point, but if you're in immediate need of protecting the point, it is going to be a bit of a challenge to get back. But it's easily protected by your team, so if you're having trouble with your teleporter going down instantly, that's a good place to try it out. Keep in mind that whenever you're placing your teleporter, you can see these arrows here on the ground, and that indicates which direction your teammates are going to be facing when they come out of the teleporter. So if you were to say, for example, place it here, make sure to place it facing towards the defend point rather than this way, because otherwise they're going to run into this wall and be like, what's going on? The last tip I have for you on placing teleporters is try to pay attention to your ultimate charge and when you're about at 90% of an ultimate charge, start running towards the location that you want to place your teleporter, so that way you're not wasting any time with it up. And also be sure that nobody is following you when you go to place it, because it's very annoying to have a tracer or a reaper or somebody spot you and figure out that you're going to place a teleporter and then just immediately destroy it. So best to give yourself a little bit of extra time so you're not in a hurry to put it down as soon as your ultimate charge comes up. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching this video, and let me know what you think in the comments below on these teleporter locations, and if there is a specific map you would like to see for Symmetra, or any sort of specific ability strategies for other heroes, please feel free to leave me a comment below. Thanks a lot guys, and I will see you next time.